Hey everyone, do you ever feel like you're just constantly running? Like your whole day is just one big to-do list you're trying to get through? Well, that's exactly what we're digging into today. We're going to explore this feeling, this culture of urgency we all live in, through a really powerful personal story about finding a more meaningful way to live. Wow. Does that hit close to home or what? I mean, that one sentence just perfectly nails the trap so many of us fall into, right? Suddenly, a good day isn't about happiness, it's about productivity. And a bad day? That's a day you didn't check enough boxes. It's such a subtle shift, but it changes everything. So let's explore how this mindset even takes root. Okay, so the story we're following kicks off with this huge contrast. We're talking two totally different worlds, with two totally different ways of looking at time, and really at life itself. So look at this. It's a fundamental difference in what we value, isn't it? On one side, you've got life guided by these natural rhythms. Long meals aren't some crazy luxury, they're just part of the day, a ritual. Taking a rest in the afternoon isn't being lazy, it's normal. The whole goal is just to be present. But then you look at the other side, and everything is run by the clock. Lunch gets squeezed in at your desk. Afternoons are just powered by caffeine. And productivity? That's the ultimate trophy. It's a complete shift from just being to constantly doing. So you gotta ask, how did that second one, the life by the clock, become the default for so many of us? Well, it's all fueled by what our source calls the culture of urgency. And let me tell you, it creates this race that feels absolutely impossible to win. And this right here, this is what that culture feels like day to day. It is just a relentless barrage, isn't it? You've got constant work deadlines piling up, an absolute fire hose of social media updates. Your phone is buzzing with notifications that demand your attention right now. It's that feeling, you know the one, where it feels like you have to give 150% just to keep your head above water. Your email inbox never ever stops, and that to-do list, it just gets longer. The whole system is designed to keep you scrambling, to keep you producing. And here's the thing. This isn't just about being busy. It goes deeper. It's like we're all in this invisible competition without ever even signing up. Who's the most productive? Who's the most efficient? Who has the most perfectly optimized life? We're all constantly measuring ourselves against this impossible invisible standard. And that's what leads to this. This phrase just illustrates the problem so perfectly. Because when you're in a competition that literally has no end, you just keep running. You tell yourself, okay, I'll slow down after this next big project, after this next promotion. But the finish line, it just keeps moving further away. So this is the moment where things have to change. This is the turning point. Because when you're running that endless race, eventually you're forced to stop and ask yourself one single, incredibly important question. What am I rushing toward? So simple, right? But it is so powerful. When the person in our story actually stopped to think about it, he looked back at his childhood and saw people who, well, they weren't rushing. They weren't obsessed with productivity. And guess what? They were happy. They were actually living. And that really makes you wonder, what is the end goal of all this frantic rushing anyway? And asking that question is what opens the door to an alternative, an idea called slow living. And look, this isn't about just giving up or throwing your goals out the window. Not at all. It's about completely redefining what words like ambition and success even mean to us. Because at its core, slow living has nothing to do with being lazy. It's all about being intentional. It's that huge shift from letting your ambition just drag you along relentlessly to you taking back the controls. You get to consciously decide where to put your energy. It's about focusing on what truly, genuinely matters, not just on whatever feels most urgent at the moment. And boom, there it is, the new definition of success. I mean, think about it. If you achieve everything on your list, but you end up totally burned out and disconnected from the people you love, was that really success? This completely reframes the whole idea, from a measure of how much you do to a measure of quality and meaning. Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, right? But how do you actually do this when the world around you is still spinning a million miles an hour? Well, the idea isn't to change everything overnight. The source suggests starting with just a few small, really practical shifts in your day-to-day life. So here are the 4 simple changes that are highlighted. First up, reclaim your mealtime. Just step away from the screen for, say, 20 minutes. Actually taste your food. Number 2, set real, actual boundaries with work. You have to accept that the work will never be done. It's okay to log off. Third, when you're with people you care about, be genuinely present. Focus on just connecting, not on what activity you're doing. And finally, and this might be the hardest one, you have to actively let go of that feeling that you need to keep up. Just keep reminding yourself that life isn't a race. And let's be real here for a second. This isn't some magic one-time fix. That pull of busyness is always going to be there. It's strong. You're going to fall back into old habits, for sure. The real key is just having this constant, gentle reminder in the back of your head, life isn't something that's going to happen later, after you finish this one last thing. It's happening right now. And ultimately, that leads us to this. This is the philosophy to try and carry with you. It's such a powerful mantra to fight back against that more is always better mindset we're all swimming in. The real goal isn't to just cram more stuff into our days, but to actually live the life we have with a little more intention and a little more joy. So we're going to end this right back where the big shift started, with that one simple question. I want you to take a second right now and really ask yourself, what actually matters to me? Because the answer to that question, that might just be your first step towards slowing down and finding your own better rhythm.